Today is decision day in Assam as counting of votes for the 2026 Assam elections, assembly elections, is underway across the state. As we've seen, all eyes are on whether Himanta Biswa Sarma can steer the BJP-led alliance to another term, or if the opposition led by Gaurav Gogoi can stage a comeback. Early trends suggest a strong lead for the ruling alliance, but with counting still in progress across 40 centres, the picture could evolve through the day. This election is crucial not just for Assam's political future over the next 5 years, but also for its broader implications on national politics. Now, Silchar is witnessing a straight contest between the BJP's Dipayan Chakraborty and Congress candidate Surya Kanta Sarkar, making it a crucial battleground in the Barak Valley. So let's go straight to our correspondent on the ground for the latest updates. Hello, Anirudh.
Yes, sir.
Yes, hello, Anirudh. Am I audible?
Yes.
All right, Anirudh, thank you for joining us back as you've given us the broader picture before. Now, can you give us more updates as what's going on there right now? What are the trends?
So, the final counting of votes is almost over. It's almost now the official figures need to come because, in various places, the rounds, in some places, the rounds are meant for 16 or 18 or such. In Kachar district itself, the figures are as of now, I'm right now in Barak Valley's Kachar district, and here there are 7 assembly seats of Assam. And in that 7 assembly seats, BJP has won almost, it's just awaiting for the results to be declared, as BJP is going to win 6 seats and 1 Sonai constituency will go to the Congress. And in fact, when I'm talking to you, I can see some BJP supporters already busting crackers outside this counting hall. It's just a few minutes from now only, the official figures will come because all the postal ballots and everything has to be matched before the official declaration is given.
All right, Anirudh. So, is the early momentum clearly favoring one side, or is the contest still close?
As of now, the result that has come this time around, it clearly shows that the BJP is going to have a clean sweep. Not only BJP, its NDA and its allies are going to have a clean sweep. It's coming to power in Assam for the 3rd time round. What promises made by Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma while campaigning very hard across the length and breadth of this state has, turned to the voters showing their support for him. And it's the figures that he was saying that he's going to win more than 90 to 100 seats. And that is what the official figures are coming out now, slowly by slowly, And it will be around 100 seats the India is going to win. And the opposition for the 3rd time, the Congress and its allies, would be sitting in the opposition bench.
Right, Anirudh. So, what we're seeing now, and as you've mentioned too, is that it's a clear lead for the BJP-led alliance. So, has the opposition mounted a strong challenge in Silchar like this time for this time's election?
It was, initially it looked that they will pose some challenge, but what the results have come out all across the length and breadth of this Kachar assembly seat itself, they know out of the 6 seats that the BJP are winning, they're winning by a huge margin. The difference of votes is like 50 to 60. To one candidate is touching almost Lakhipur's Minister Kaushik Rai, who is contesting from the Lakhipur assembly seat of Kachar. Is leading by 98,908 votes. Is just a few votes, 2 more rounds to go, and he will be crossing 1 lakh. So these are the figures that are coming out, which is very astonishing. And I just spoke to Ajit Singh, former Congress minister from Udharban constituency. He has won from the seat 4 or 5 times. And he was surprised. He said that I've never seen such sort of an election. I never thought that there won't be any contest. He lost last election by just 2,000 votes. And this time around he's losing to a much junior candidate, Rajiv Gwala of Udharban, by a margin of more than 50,000 votes. So it's very surprising this time around how the votes have, translated into such sort of a state where, the candidates themselves are surprised. Oh.
So is this seat emerging as a surprise battleground, Anirudh, or are trends broadly in line with expectations?
That's true, because I was surprised that, that everybody was speaking of it like an anti-incumbency factor to work this time around. Nobody would like to vote for a party or for some ideology for the third consecutive term. But it seems that the voters for the third time are voting back to power, the BJP and its allies. And this time around, what it showed is that the BJP, while campaigning hard, has spoken about development itself and what they are planning to do, what they are doing in the ground. And that has escalated into the voters' mindset, and they are happy with what BJP has done for the past 10 years in Assam. And they also believe what promises are being made by the BJP and allies of doing things for them in the next 5 years.
Right, Anirudh. So you also mentioned that you can witness some of the BJP supporters already celebrating and bursting crackers. So what is the mood like at the counting center right now? And are party workers looking confident? Or is there still... Yes, Anirudh.
Yeah. You see, this time around the security is very tight. Celebrating every year. I've covered many elections in the past, and I've seen, the celebration is to be very huge. But due to heavy security arrangements and strict guidelines by the Election Commission of India, these things cannot happen as such. In fact, strict orders are being placed. So they would be celebrating outside these counting centers. But as of now, they are chanting slogans of Jai Shri Ram, Jai Narendra Modi, Jai Himanta Biswa Sharma, and all those stuff. And that is being allowed, but not in a mass scale. The festivities would begin. It can only be witnessed once they go back to their respective constituencies and celebrate cumulatively with the voters.
So Anirudh, one question I'd like to ask is that ahead of the 2026 election this time, Himanta Biswa Sharma pushed for some fast implementation of government schemes before the poll dates were announced, and the government aimed to roll out benefits and complete payments under some various schemes by mid-February, just before the elections. So did these benefits translate into electoral support on the ground this time?
Exactly, correct. And what you have assessed is very, very true, because right before the elections also, the Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, spent, literally traveling 4 to 5 districts of Assam in one single day. There are 33 districts, and he used to travel across length and breadth of all these districts. He traveled for more than a month and distributing these all the checks for the schemes that he has promised, like Uddamita scheme, Arunodaya scheme. There are various schemes, and that has translated into the voters accepting what he has promised, because all these checks or all these money for the schemes were directly transferred to the beneficiaries. And that is the reason why the voters would understand that whatever Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma is trying to say or making promises of, he is delivering. And that is the reason the voters have accepted those things. And it has been, the voters' strength in Assam, the women folk in general and the youths have shown much more. They have sidelined with the BJP this time around also for bringing them to power for the third time round.
Well, Anirudh, 126 seats where the BJP is already ruling with 71 seats. So, looking at the numbers and the statistics, Anirudh, it's almost clear which party will be winning this time.
Yeah, in fact, it's very clear. The picture is loud and clear. The BJP is coming back to power for the third time round with an absolute majority. They're taking into alliance all the partners too, and it will be surprising to see. Wait and watch. We have to wait and watch and see the others who have won from the other side, the opposition. How many in future, in the 5 years, 10 years, go on to join the BJP? Because we have seen before the election itself, like Pratut Bojolo and many other candidates who have shifted from the Congress to the BJP, and immediately they were given tickets and they have won the seat. Pratut has won from this post. So these are the things, would be a thing to watch out for, in the coming days post this counting today.
Well, Anirudh, Congress is leading in 19 seats, which is a short of contention. So, with this, in the event of a setback for Gaurav Gogoi, do you see it as a temporary electoral outcome, or could it have a longer term implication for leadership dynamics within the Congress in Assam?
You see, it's a big drawback for Congress. Congress was ruling in Assam for so many years. Not only that, I come from Barak Valley. Barak Valley used to be a Congress belt at one point of time. In 1991, they won 9 seats. The BJP won 9 seats. That was a record of that time because nobody even thought BJP ever coming to, winning seats from Assam. They not only won seats, went on to form the government in 2016, many years later. And this, and slowly from 2016 to 2021 and now 2026, BJP has come for the third time round. Barak Valley, interestingly, has touched the record of 1991. In fact, in 1991, with the 15 assembly seats of the 3 districts of Barak Valley, they won 9 seats in the entire Assam. Nowhere else they won any other seat. But this time round, in 2026, out of 13 seats, out after delimitation, 2 seats were curtailed, and from 13 seats, we are going to win a 19th seat this time once again.
Right, Anirudh. I'd like to go back to what we were discussing some time back about the schemes. So, to what extent do you think the rollout and fast tracking of welfare schemes, just before the elections influence voter behavior this time? And are we seeing a direct impact of these schemes in the voting trends today?
In fact, the schemes that Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has launched, it is directly benefiting most of the young folk, most of the women folk. That is the reason why, there is a huge craze for Chief Minister of Assam. And that is the reason the women folk, they can't see anything else beyond Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma. The promises that he is making. He has said of giving them Arunodaya schemes, he is giving Uddamita schemes. Not only that, he has even made promises of giving them more money to make them, he's forming a group of women folk to be individual entrepreneurs and, they begin their own work and make their own livelihood. That is the reason the women folk have started to believe that we can do something out of our own homes. We cannot be only as a housework only, and we can do something beyond that. And that is the reason why they are coming out. They have started to believe that we have someone who is going to help us if we plan to do something. That is the reason the entrepreneurship schemes and other things are being very successful. And that is the reason this time round also we have seen so many women folk, in huge numbers. Wherever he has varied, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, the numbers of women folk used to, they gather the entire dial, the entire stage, and everywhere he used to see the number of women very much whenever he used to come. That is the reason. Even in road shows, the number of women folk were more than the male counterparts this time round before the elections.
So, Anirudh, in a key urban center like Silchar, do trends suggest that voters have prioritized development and local issues, as you've also mentioned, or are traditional voting patterns still playing a role?
The traditional voters used to be there earlier, which I said used to be a Congress voters used to be. But those who were in the Congress have now really slowly started to think that for the first time in the 10 years that we have 16. In 10 years, many things have changed in Barak Valley also. Roads are being made. We have the Mahasarak, the Golden Triangle. Former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Those works are going on, and that will connect Silchar with Porbandar. And not only that, there is an expressway planned to start very soon. In fact, the work is already started for that from Pajgram of Hailakandi district, this border in Kachar, to right up to Barapani, and that will connect. That will take only 5 hours. We can reach from Silchar to Guwahati will reach only in 5 hours time. Earlier it used to take 10 to 12 hours or even more than that. Landslide during monsoon, cuts off this place. But things are changing. Things are changing fast. And people have started to realize that only once we give vote to a stable government, we have a stable government, then only we'll be able to, see whatever we want in the future.
Right, Anirudh. So, BJP is leading Congress by 39,523 votes as per the latest updates. So, that's actually a very strong lead, and that's not even marginal. So, compared to last election in 2021, the 2021 winning margin was 37,578. So, as per the current lead, which is 39,523, it's already a bigger than the last winning margin. And that also signals a strong consolidation, or let's just say a swing. So I guess it's clear. Anirudh, the stronghold of BJP in Silchar and overall other seats as well.
Yeah, that is what I am saying. Like in Lakshmipur, the candidate, the minister Kaushik is winning by a margin of 1 lakh votes. It was unthinkable at one point of time, and now not only him. Many other candidates close to him are winning by a margin of 50,000 or 60,000 votes. So these are the things, would put, would make many think once or twice or even thrice what is happening in, but not only in Barak. Such sort of figures are coming out from various other places of Assam. So why the number of vote swing has shifted so much? That is, it will clearly show that the vote percent of BJP too has gone up, because in 2021 election, the vote percentage was very narrow between the Congress and the BJP. It was hardly 4 to 5% there was a difference. But this time around, with the number of votes that have come for the BJP, will clearly show that the margin has increased.
Right, Anirudh. So, Silchar is also often seen as a political nerve center, right, Anirudh? Especially of the Barak Valley. So, could this offer crucial clues about the broader regional mood right now?
Yeah, you see, Silchar has been the center of various political battles in the past, and not only that, in fact, today itself, when the counting started for the Silchar assembly seat, Dr. Rajdeep Rai was trailing for the first 3 rounds against the Congress candidate Bjp'S. But from the 4th round itself, things started to change, and now the final figures are not out, but he is leading by a margin of more than 30,000 votes against after 15-17 rounds. So this time round, the things have changed in not only in Barak Valley, in other parts of Assam also. In Hailakandi district, for the first time, the BJP is winning the seat. Every year, AIDF is to win from there, and this time around, the BJP is winning from Hailakandi seat post delimitation, and that is a big sign.
Well, Anirudh, if this margin holds, it not only secures a win but also expands on the previous election's lead. So what does this mean for Congress going forward in Silchar?
That is a big question. Post this election, Congress has to sit back, introspect, and see what is going wrong with the party. Like Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has directly said, not only number of people he has brought from the Congress to the BJP party and given them tickets, he has said that I'm going to continue this same formula in the coming years also. So he wants to wipe out the Congress completely from Assam. And if the trend continues as such, and he does it rigorously, Congress would face a very tough time in the coming days. And to overcome all these things, they need to see and introspect what is going wrong within the party, what policy they should follow in order to win the hearts of the voters.
Well, Anirudh, as this result now looks almost certain, I've asked before, but what's the mood on the ground like right now? What do you see right now?
Right now, there is nothing much more to see. The BJP is going to celebrate, hectically. I spoke to Minister Kaushik Rai and I said, what are your plans for the future? He said, I'm leaving for Guwahati tomorrow. And I have to go and meet my chief minister there, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma. Others would follow suit. In fact, within a day or two, they all will be leaving Silchar for Guwahati. And that's where the planning would be done for the forthcoming, all the procedures for the selection of ministers and the chief minister taking oath. So these are the things that are in place. Now the final, results need to be declared, which is a few moments from now only. And after that only we'll be able to see a grand celebration by the BJP party.
Well, thank you, Anirudh, for joining us again, giving us the latest updates as well. We will be joining you back in some few minutes. Thank you, Anirudh.
Thank you.
Well, also an interesting factor this time is that after the recent delimitation, Guwahati's political map has also been redrawn from older seats like Guwahati East and West to new urban constituencies like Guwahati Central and now New Guwahati, making this election a real test of how the city's changing demographics are influencing voting patterns.